Today's Wednesday, March 20th, and the stock market's been trading for a little over 17 minutes now. But this is a chart review on a position I took yesterday involving Restaurant Brands International, ticker symbol QSR. And as of the time of this recording, the stock is quoted at $80.13. And since the stock market started trading, the stock price is down 19 cents. So this is the chart layout at the daily time frame. Each of these candlesticks represents a day's worth of trading. And this is the current candlestick right here for today. The red vertical dash lines are markers for expiration Friday for monthly option contracts. And the most recent expiration was last Friday, March 15th. And from this broad look back, I've marked up this chart identifying, from my perspective, reasonable support and resistance levels. And right now, price is literally between these two support and resistance levels. So the stock price hit a new high. So I'm still gauging whether or not which of the two is the most accurate support and resistance level. But in any case, what I did was prior to entering the short, considering that what I thought was the catalyst is that now that the stock market is beyond the March 15th expiration, I was anticipating that QSR could potentially get rejected and then come back down to 77.25. And the reason why I'm saying 77.25 is that as price was trending to the upside for about 2.5 months, price was just having a difficult time breaking above that. And so much so that the stock price, even though there's deviations above and below this price level, price literally just went sideways. After a strong move to the upside, price just went sideways for about 2.5 months, ultimately breaking out and hitting this high. So if there's going to be a pullback, I'm looking at 77.25 as a potential support level. So before I entered this trade, what I did was using the low point from October 13th, because after that, the next candlestick was a green candlestick, and then from that point on, price just continued ripping higher. So using that as a anchor point for the Fibonacci fan, we can see here that from the onset of this pattern, price was respecting the solid blue and the solid red as support and resistance. This dotted line is also acting as another layer of support and resistance. And we can see here that when price fell below the dotted line, price was literally contesting the dotted lines several times, trying to break above it. However, the general trend to the upside was still in structure. So here, and then at that point, price just went sideways and then went back up. So I'm interpreting that, again, these are valid support and resistance levels. So what I'm speculating is that because of expiration Friday is over, I am theorizing that price is going to come back down for that retest of 77.25, possibly bouncing and then running right back up, maintaining this general trend to the upside. So price could come down, retest 77.25, and then continue working along the support level higher. So if price does do that, then I'm looking at this as a potential double top eventually, maybe around the next expiration Friday, which is April 19th. So if this plays out, then at least I'll be able to capitalize on a short-term pullback. So that's the general thesis for my bearish outlook. So with all things said, opening up active trader, I shorted 100 shares, right? Negative 100, I shorted 100 shares. And my average cost basis came out to $80.53 per share. So this is about a risk of a little over $8,000 just to capitalize on a potential pullback to 77.25. So if I scroll down on active trader, 77.25 is a profit potential of $327. So I'm risking $8,000 to make $327. Again, this is just a soft target. So, I mean, if there's a strong sell-off, the market reverses, whatever. then of course I'll be looking at 72.47 and letting the trade run a little lower. So worst case scenario is price bounces off 79.93, comes back up to 81.25. That's where I have my stop order sitting. So 81.28 actually, which is a loss of $75.50. So what I'm going to do is, if or when price breaks below 79.93, I'm going to start walking my stop order lower. Ideally, I'd like to get it at least to maybe $10. This way I am trying to reduce the risk of this trade. So yeah, so that's the status and general thesis for my bearish outlook. So as this trade may drag out, hopefully, for several days, I'll go ahead and pause it here, and I'll do periodic updates accordingly. So this is a quick status check. Today is Sunday, April 14th. And as of Friday's close, QSR ended the week at $71.27. So we can see here that since I entered this short back on March 20th, which is on this green candlestick, price has fallen below several support levels. First off, we have support levels sitting here at 79.93, breaking that. Then price broke below this red support level, this diagonal, where price was respecting that over here back in February. And then finally it just gave way. And then after that fell, the next support level of 77.25 fell. And then last week, 72.47 support level broke as well. So now price appears to be on its way to 68.57. So whether it gets there before expiration Friday, which is this Friday, I am still bearish. I think price could retest 68.57 prior to this Friday's close. So what I've done is I've moved my limit order to this support level here at 68.57. Well, actually it's sitting at 68.52. And if or when price breaks below this support level of 68.52, then this order will get filled, closing my short position for a little over $1,200 in over 26 days. Well, right now, this is the 26th day on this QSR short. So, so far so good. Actually, this short has exceeded my expectations. I was looking to get out of this trade after the trade made a profit of $500, but there was this major drop right here on April 4th, and that made me stay in the trade that much longer. So on the stop side, right, so this is an insurance policy so that if there's a significant spike back up to the upside, this order is sitting at this local support resistance level, 72.47, and this should close out my trade with an $800 profit. So with all those things said, right now, as of Friday's close, the profit is $925 since I entered this short when the stock was quoted at $80.53. And referring back to my stop order, which is sitting right here at 72.48, that's a little over $800 take profit. So it's still a profitable trade, but again, this is just an insurance to close out the trade if price does break above 72.48. And on the other side of that, that limit order is sitting all the way down here. It's like another $1.50 move to the downside. It's sitting here at 68.52. And that has a profit potential of $1,200. So hopefully we'll see a downturn in the markets, considering the Middle East has it's really ramping up in hostilities out there. So that could affect the markets this week, and that might push price overall. The markets lower, so that could bode well. If that is the case, what I'll do is I might even walk my limit order that much lower. Best case scenario, I think, would be back to $63. Then that would be almost a 100% retracement from this high back to the October low. And also there is a catalyst beyond the April 19th expiration for restaurant brands. Switching over to MarketWatch, this company is actually reporting its earnings on April 30th. So that's about 2.5 weeks away. Actually, a week, yeah, about 2.5 weeks away. I don't know if I'll be in the trade to possibly continue this position to the downside, because if their earnings is negative or the market reacts in a negative way, then that could push the price even lower. But we'll see. We'll see how this week goes. But I will continue tracking this. So I'll pause it again and give it a few days. Today's Friday, April 19th, and this is just another status check on the QSR short. So today is expiration Friday for monthly option contracts. And as of the time of this recording, QSR is quoted at $71.60. And since the stock market started trading this morning, stock price is up, currently up at 23 cents. So we can see here that QSR hit a low of $69.42 back on April 16th, 3 days ago. And since then, price has been trending to the upside, possibly looking to retest 72.47. So with that, I did walk my stop order just a little bit lower to intercept price if it's going to continue trending to the upside. So when QSR hit that low of $69, the trade was up a little over $1,100, and since this bit of a rally for the past few days, the trade is now reflecting a positive balance of $894. So if I scroll up, my stop order is sitting right here at $71.95, which is a take profit of $857. Even if I do get closed out at this price level, I'm fine with that, because there's other trades I'm reviewing for a potential entry. So this is the longest short I've ever participated in, over 30 days. But it worked out well. Again, much more than what I was expecting. So best case scenario, I do get closed out. Better case scenario is that there's a sharp reversal heading into the afternoon session. So that is the current status. Again, the low point was back on April 16th at 69.42. So if I scroll down to 69.42, that was sitting right here, and that was a profit target of $1,110. And unfortunately, I didn't close it out at that point. But we'll see what happens over the next few hours. So until the next status check, hopefully it'll be the last and I'm out of the trade. I'll be back. Today's Tuesday, April 23rd, and the stock market will be opening in about 28 minutes from now. But this is a final recap on the QSR short. So as of yesterday, I did get closed out. We can see that candlestick right here, where price ended at $73.30. So eventually filling my stop order. And if I open up show trades, so here's the confirmation bubble. I got closed out at $72 per share. So it was filled at for a net profit of $852.50. And if I open up Active Trader, the position is flat. So I was closed out yesterday, unfortunately. But I am still bearish on QSR. Possibly, I still like to see a price come down to 68.57. ideally before the May 17th expiration Friday for monthly option contracts. So with all that, the trade is over. I will provide a breakdown, and until the next setup, I'll see you.